All right, guys. Home Team is now on Netflix. It is a football movie. That is why I have diagrammed the perfect play for you to enjoy this movie. So you are right here. You are the quarterback. What you're going to do, you're going to take that snap. You're going to come back here. Your wide receiver is going to come out here. It's going to run a pattern there. You're going to have a right wide receiver over here. Come over here. You're going to have this receiver go deep. This receiver is going to go deep here to the end zone. You, like I said, well, you're just get out of here. You don't want nothing to do with this piece of trash. Directed by Charles and Daniel Kinnane and written by Chris Tatone and Tait Blum, Home Team is based on the true story of NFL head coach Sean Payton after he was suspended from the league for one season. With his newfound free time, he decides to reconnect with his son by helping coach his middle school football team. Yeah, guys, if you know anything about me, you would know that 1, I love movies, obviously. I review them all the time. 2, you would know that I love football. And that's pretty much every kind of football you would know because I do have a podcast I co-host with my father, This Week in the World of Football. Feel free to go check that out. And, I love football movies. That merging of the two worlds is great. I reviewed the Kurt Warner movie not too long ago, American Underdog, which was utterly fantastic. And then I found out they were going to do a movie about Sean Payton being suspended from the NFL, which I thought could be an actually interesting movie. And I thought, okay, Netflix is doing it, 50-50, could go either way, could be good, could be bad. And then we started getting the cast, and when they announced Kevin James as Sean Payton, I didn't see the resemblance, and I'm not sure if you can either, because I don't think there's much of one. But I said, you know what, hey, who knows? I know I'm not the biggest Kevin James fan in the world, but maybe this could be fun. Maybe this will be a nice approach that they're taking to the material. And I have to say, this movie is a piece of dog shit. Yeah, I wish I had every second of this movie back because even though the movie's only an hour and a half long, I couldn't stop looking at the runtime going, is this thing over yet? Because, oh my God, this might be the worst thing I've ever reviewed on my channel. Of course, you get Kevin James playing Sean Payton. I don't think this was great casting. Had this movie been funny at all, maybe it would have worked, but none of the jokes worked. Kevin James's delivery half the time, this was his acting performance, just, yeah, I'm Sean Payton. No one to change. That's it. He's just smacking on gum half the time. That's not acting. You're just chewing gum, and it's like it's a character trait, but that was like the basis of his whole performance, and it was irritating to watch. Taylor Lautner's in this, and I thought maybe he could at least, come through with some good comedic stuff, and they just don't give him much. Anything that they try just falls flat and is just not very good. And I don't think he's a terrible actor, but I don't think he has the best range in the world. So it was really lacking there. You have like Rob Schneider coming in and, doing his typical shtick, and it's not funny. I'm trying to think. I think I laughed in the movie maybe twice. There's just some side characters that do some random funny one-off jokes that got me. Okay, assuming I'm human, I'll laugh at that stuff. But on the whole, none of this isn't a good movie. This is one of the worst things I have ever seen. And that's saying something because I've seen a lot of dog crap. The script was just so uninspired. It was like they were trying to be funny, but they were also trying to tell this true story. And I'm sorry, they walked this line to trying to do both, and you can't. You either have to pick just a total absurd comedy with this or, play it straight and give me a heartfelt story about a father reconnecting with his son or trying to reconnect with his son. And it doesn't do that. It doesn't know what it wants to do. You see Happy Madison Productions slapped onto the beginning of this movie, which should be an indicator. Maybe 15, 20 years ago, Happy Madison Productions would have been like the sign that you're going to get a great comedy. And it's like a death wish almost. Like anything they put out, I have not found remotely amusing. Heck, I avoid half the stuff I see coming from Happy Madison Productions because half the time it's it's just complete nonsense. It's dumb. It's just a waste of my time and your time. Like, there's nothing funny or redeeming about any of this when there's so much here that could work, so much here that could be mined to make an actually fun, engaging movie, but they don't do that. I don't know how Netflix gets away with just throwing money at people and saying, go make a movie. I get it. Let people be creative and be free with making movies. That's the goal, right? And I'm all for that, creative freedom. But there's a line in the sand where when you're Netflix and you're just making turd after turd, hey, every once in a while they get a nice, movie that's going to be an award contender. 90% of the time, anything that comes out of Netflix is just complete trash. Their track record for movies is awful. I mean, their series are one thing. I mean, they got great series, but when it comes to original movies that Netflix puts out, there's not a lot. I mean, just in terms of good quality stuff that I think a lot of people could agree on, that was a good movie. Taste is subjective, and everybody's going to feel differently about different things. But for me, Netflix just is one of the worst when it comes to this, to putting out original films and having them be any good. It's mind-boggling, especially with all the money that they can throw at projects. So I'm trying to think if there's nothing redeeming about this movie. This is just honestly one of the biggest wastes of time I've ever sat through, and I'm actually unsure what to do with a review when a movie's this bad. It's been a while. I usually try to find the good in a film, even if I think it's just meh, I try to find some silver linings, and I can't here. Other than maybe the kid actors who are playing the young football players, they at least tried, and they're kid actors. Like, you're not going to expect like award-winning performances from these kids. I think they did fine with what they had to do, but where this movie rests on is the shoulders of the adult actors, and I'm sorry, they were just here to collect a paycheck, and they use the term based on a true story at the beginning of this film, and I have no clue how much of this is actually real, other than that it is based on the event of an NFL head coach being suspended for a season, and he actually did go coach his son's football team. That's the story. But from there, you get this ridiculous, several little side jokes and just characters that have nothing to do with anything, plot threads that go nowhere, and the heart of the story, which should be this father-son connection, where like there's no real development there. It's he shows up one day, son hates dad. They play a couple of games, they kind of turn things around, but they really don't even develop that much, and then son starts to like dad again. And then something else happens where dad's trying to win football games more than connect with his son, so son's mad at dad again. And then dad realizes what he did in the middle of the game, makes a couple of changes, and then the son forgives him for no reason, because his dad was just a jerk 2 seconds ago, and now he's the greatest person in the world. Boy, oh boy. This movie's getting an F. I haven't given an F to a movie at all since I've done this channel, but here it is. This is the first F I'm giving, and I'm sorry. You should give no Fs about this movie. Just don't even turn it on. Don't do anything with this movie. It's just, I can't. I especially hate seeing a football movie that's bad. I can tolerate an okay football movie. Like, at least they tried. The football scenes were cool, or it was kind of based on a true story, so you kind of let it slide. But here, I can't let any of this slide. It's based on a true story. The football was crap, and the jokes were bad. Nothing worked in this movie. I'm sorry. No, thumbs down. And I just, I'm irritated. I'm upset that I even watched this. I wasn't sure if I was gonna, and I was like, you know what? You never know. You never know until you watch it. You got to judge for yourself. Well, guess what, everybody? Don't see it. Please believe me when I say this is one of the worst things you'll see. Yeah, that's my review. Please, I didn't do this at the beginning of the video, but please leave a like if you thought that this video was any good, because I think this video has got to be better than the movie I just watched. If you could please subscribe to the channel, it means a lot to me. Lets you stay informed and up to date with new reviews I do like this one. And then leave a comment below. Are you going to see this piece of trash? Do you have any interest in this piece of trash? Did you even think this was a piece of trash? Leave it down in the comment section below. Guys, can you recommend a better movie to me? Because boy, oh boy, this one left a bad taste in my mouth. Leave that in the comments down below too. And I guess until next time, guys, I'll be seeing you and hopefully be seeing a better movie.